being known as Tony Braxton's son throughout my whole life, just trying to always staying grounded in that, being humbled in that, but also trying to make a name for myself. So I'm really blessed to be in the positions I'm being in life, and more opportunities on the way for sure.
That's dope, bro.
How was that? Like, how did you learn to navigate, being raised within that family?
Definitely just like being blessed enough to have a family to explain things to me early. Ever since I was a kid, my mom always told me like, just because your last name, just because of who you are, doesn't mean life is always going to just hand you things. Sometimes you're going to have to go and take it. So definitely just always saying like being grateful for my mom, my dad, aunts and uncles, like always just telling me that from a young age. Because I feel like the older you get, obviously an ego can be created. So just staying young or staying humble and staying grateful for everything. But obviously I'm in just a blessed position in life ever since I've been born. So I'll be always grateful for that.
All right.
That's a trip, bro. Cause like, did you see your mom go through like, she was in the 90s, so you came right after her, her big like moment in her career.
Right.
Did you still see like people flock her when she would go out and everything? And would it kind of scare you, or would it at a young age? I'm sure everybody reacts to it differently.
When I was younger, always just like a little confused about it, but like I feel like probably the first moment where I ever realized, I think I was probably like 6 or 7 years old. I always remember this. I think she had a show in, I want to say Madison Square Garden.
Oh, snap.
And it was like the first show she like brought me and my brother out that I can remember. And I remember just being on stage and it was like sold out crowd. I'm looking at all the flash.
Do you remember what year this is?
I want to say like 2007, 8.
Damn.
And then ever since
iPhones were already out by then, so you definitely saw
I
the
remember
very
like
first
seeing
one.
all these people. I'm like, damn, it's like I didn't know it was like that.
Right.
Especially MSG, bro. That's a big arena,
Right,
bro.
Exactly, but I didn't
historic.
know that at the time.
Oh yeah, I feel that.
So like, and then my mom had she had a residency in Vegas at the Flamingo Hotel for a couple years, and she would always bring me and my brother to those shows. We would be chilling in the back, but like obviously she would like bring us out on stage every once in a while. I'm just looking at all these people. I'm like, these are actually people, like thousands of people like here to see my mom. Like it's always been a crazy trip. Ever since then, it's something I'll never like probably like get over or forget. It's just been a trip ever since.
Did it ever make you want to be like, I want to do the same thing she's doing?
Yeah, I feel like any like concert you kind of go to or like big gathering of people just watching a certain group of people, like damn, like I want to do that one day. Like, I wish I had that amount of following to be able to influence that many people to come out and see me on their Thursday night, Friday night.
Right.
Definitely like always had a kind of like a different sense of music, just being grown up like in entertainment industry, but never like fully like full on singer, full on rapper. When I was younger, yeah, but never like full on singer, full on rapper. But I've always had a different like, I want to say, appreciation for music. Just like I want to hear the different sounds of music. I want to hear the ambience in the back. I want to hear the reverb. I want to hear the different vocals in the background. So just always having a different appreciation than probably like, I don't want to say a regular listener, but like just someone who's just gonna get in the car and turn on some music. Like,
well, I'm sure you.
Yeah, but that has to do with the exposure. The exposure that you've had to music, because not the average person has that type of exposure to actually get into everything that you're defining. Right? You're talking about hearing the ambience, hearing the reverb. A lot of people don't even understand that terminology or what it's doing as you're listening in your ears.
Yeah.
But you were exposed to that, and they showed you that side of music,
right,
to where now you look for details in music that the average listener doesn't listen to. Does that also like, did you ever get like that passion to try to create your own beats because you like that stuff?
Yeah, definitely, because my dad was a producer and has been a producer. So always like just being in the studio with either him or my mom, like I've always had a passion for production. So when I was younger, always like dibble dabble on beats and stuff like that. And even to this day, like I got my own like little setup in the corner. It's got some dust on it because I haven't used it in a while, but always had that passion for that too, but never to like a full on career out of it. I would say.
Okay.
Probably, yeah.
So more like a hobby on the side
Yeah,
that you
yeah,
that you
yeah.
fascinate over.
Yeah.
Because I see you do light up with it. Like when you talk about it, you get excited. I
Yeah.
can see that you get excited about it.
Definitely.
So it's just a hobby for you on the side that you do.
For right now, I feel
Okay.
like with music, you can also grow in it. It's like in terms of being an athlete,
Mhm.
you know, you're young, you got to do it when you're younger. But in terms of music, like obviously, the younger you are, the more advantage you have. But I feel like in life with music and in the entertainment industry in general, besides being an athlete, there's a lot of things that you can decide to do later on in life.
Right. That's
so
so
always keeping that passion.
That's
for
so
sure.
crucial because a lot of people think that, you know, they have to do something young because a lot of athletes take off young in their career because obviously youth is on the side of being athletic, but that's strong thing to think. So would you say like at 30 you're gonna get on some keys? Maybe we could see you in the studio working with your pops or gaining knowledge to then one day work in there? Or is that what you're saying? Or
I'm not gonna rule it out. Probably. It looks like it could be on the horizon for sure.
yeah, because I feel like every time Travis drops or Drake drops, me and you always talk about
Always do a little deep dive.
Yeah, you know, we go into the car listening and how, you know, how was it in the car and how was it, you know, compared to at the shop or even just listening in a concert. And you've always had that ear that I was like, man,
different feel each time.
Yeah.
right.
Mhm.
So I've always been kind of like curious to see where would you take it musically, maybe because you know, being that your name is Braxton, but it's dope to see your growth, bro. Because that's not all you do. I mean, that's not all. Not that you do, but that's not all you're known for. You played basketball in high school, and that's how I seen you too. Like when you were starting to play ball, and I was like curious. How did that go in high school? Did you try to go far in that, or did you just keep it at high school?
I feel like in high school, you know, like you're younger, everyone has that dream, like, oh, I can make it to the NBA. Or I want to be an NBA player, NFL player. It doesn't really matter the sport. But I feel like when you're younger, you always have that dream. Which I'm also really just grateful for, was at a school where we had two of the top athletes or two of the top basketball players join our team one year. And I saw the difference of competition and the difference of just skill set and just being blessed genetically and stuff like that. People jumping out the gym at 15 years old and I'm 16 over here looking like, how they jumping like that?
Right.
And just I kind of caught wind of that early and was like, okay, let me look at some other things in life. Not everything's about being an NBA.
So you've always had that realistic mindset.
Yes.
Okay.
I feel like that probably made it open up for me. I feel like it was always back in there, but like seeing, okay, this dude is 14 and he's busting my ass in practice. Like, hold on a second.
Right. Damn, that's when you started noticing, like, okay, there's something real about this. Like, other people are putting, not even that they're putting in more work, they're just gifted naturally.
They're just gifted naturally, exactly.
That's crazy. So at 14, 15, you were like, all right, moving on. And what was the next thing that you saw that were like, all right, this got the passion that caught your attention? What was something that?
Well, I still wanted to be heavily like involved in sports. So I went on to my freshman year at GCU, I studied sports management. That was my major. So because that's probably my main passion in terms of like, obviously we talk about sports all the time.
Right.
Like
exactly.
Basketball, football, soccer. Like I've always wanted to be involved in sports in some way possible. If I'm not on the field, somehow off the field. So definitely always keeping that as probably one of my biggest passions in life in general.
And what does that exactly involve now that you like majored in that? What does that entail? Exactly, like management or what is sports management?
Yeah, sports management. So kind of just learning more about everything, like sports marketing. Like, would I rather be a sports marketer or a sports manager? Just kind of like, I feel like in life, multiple routes of passions and, to be realistic, multiple routes of income is really important. And that's something my mom has probably told me since I was like 5 years old. Like, nah, Denim, you don't just be a basketball player, do this or do this. And like, I'm like, nah, that's 3 different jobs. Hold on, Mom. Like, I can't do all that. And just like getting older, realizing like, if you're passionate about one thing or 2 things or 3 things, try to make a career out of all 3. So right now, just kind of having some mentorships in sports management, trying to be a junior agent right now. So just trying to figure that all out and stay passionate about that.
So you
So
trying
what
to
are
be
the
like, which
three
part?
passions? Hold on. What are the three passions? If that was advised to you,
Mhm.
what are the three passions that you do have then?
Right now, I would say the sports management, obviously. Music, I'd probably go third. And actually, number one, I'll go modeling right now because that's what I've been doing a lot. Going to fashion weeks, learning more about it. I go to a fashion school, FITM, in downtown LA. So I would go fashion number one, sports number two in terms of like career wise, and then I'd go probably music number three. And I just feel like since those three I feel differently about than other aspects of life, it would be the easiest to learn about and to want to pursue things in that direction. So that's
Yeah,
just,
and fashion and music go hand in hand.
right.
Yeah.
Both in the entertainment industry.
Mhm.
Actually, all three are in the entertainment industry. So yeah, just staying grounded in those three, I feel like is the best route for me.
How long you been modeling for, bro?
Couple years. Obviously, my brother Diesel kind of got me into it because
he started it.
he started before me. And I remember it was my senior year of high school. I did a shoot with me, my mom, and my brother Diesel, and I didn't want to do it so bad. I was like, man, I don't want to do this.
You disliked the camera, or what was it at the time?
For him or for me?
For you.
It was just like it was never my passion. And then I remember we just did a shoot, whatever, cool. And then I think a month later, it was on a billboard in New York. And I was like, wow, that's dope. And then a month after that, that check hit. And I was like, hold on.
You get paid to be on a billboard?
I was like, hold on. Modeling, they got checks like this? So I was like, hold on. We need to start working in this, Mom. But I need to start diving into this. But obviously, I like the whole aspect of fashion in general. But yeah, definitely really excited about that in the future as well.